Okay, now also in your book, you mention about the dark side of the seer dimension. So I think you explained a little bit about that with your testimony when you were young, but if you could expound a little bit more on that, and how do we keep from, like, how do we separate that off? Because I have people sometimes tell me, I just keep getting these dark dreams or whatever, and I don't know what to do about it. And
Yeah. Well, there's a beautiful, very long passage in Daniel 7 where he's seeing the beasts and their faces like this and that. And he says, I kept on looking. And then he says, and then I saw this and this and this, and this was all this dark demonic stuff. He said, but I kept on looking. And all throughout Daniel, he must have said, I kept on looking 6 or 7 times. And as he kept on looking, eventually he said, I saw the Messiah. And so we have to discipline ourselves. We know that the enemy only wants to counterfeit what God is doing.
Sure.
So if there's a spirit of fear somewhere, then God is back there somewhere with something that's so wonderful that the enemy is trying to distract me from seeing it. And so we really have to understand that, there was a woman that went with me on a trip one time to a Native American where they stay, the reservations.
Sure.
And she was so overwhelmed by what she saw, it almost traumatized her. But we have to get so rooted and grounded in the love of God. It's all about the love of God.
Absolutely.
That when we see the enemy, we're saying, you know what? God's back here. And we've got to keep looking for him. And then take authority over it. Take authority over your mind. Take authority over your dreams. A lot of seers have nightmares.
Yeah.
Take authority over these things and then keep on looking.